Russell Westbrook last night became the first player in NBA history to average a triple-double for a second season. And as our co-host over here, Pierce, just showed.
Hand wave.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a hand wave also.
Wave. All these triple-doubles to lose in the first round? That's cute.
Whoa. Wait.
Yeah.
You're hand-waving a triple-double season?
I mean,
did you see the way that they just cleared out the lane for him to grab rebounds last night? Listen, I said that we said this a couple weeks.
Wait a minute. You're trying to discredit.
I'm not trying.
The last game of the season that really don't have no bearing.
So how are you putting so much value on it then?
The value on his triple double.
Yeah.
Obviously, he needed only
16 rebounds.
Only 16 rebounds at this point.
He got 10 in the first half.
Only 16 rebounds to complete his triple-double for what he did the whole 81 games.
Okay.
So that means at the end of the season, from what he did, he only needed 16. And you're going to hand wave it like he didn't earn this shit the whole year.
I'm not discounting.
Really?
I'm not discounting this.
I just said the motherfucker needed 48, and he's out there like getting all 40.
We are not discrediting Russell Westbrook's greatness. He is an awesome player. Yeah. What we're discrediting and what we're kind of flaming and making fun of is the fact that literally the entire goddamn Thunder team clears out the lane half the time for Russell to grab these rebounds. And they have
the last 3 games, yes.
Which makes a mockery of this.
This is not a you got to remember, this man averaged that damn near this whole year, and all he needed was 3 games of just this. As teammates, you're this close, yes. Just like if Booker was averaging when he had 72, and we're like, oh shit, he's this close to 80, 81. Let's just keep giving him the ball.
Yeah,
we didn't start the game off saying we're gonna let you score 81 points. You happen to do it, and we're just going to feed you the rest. So
they start the game off saying, Russell, we're going to give you every rebound.
But it's the last game of the season.
No.
It's the last game of the season.
It's been most of the season.
I see both sides. That's a fair point. It hasn't been a lot this season where they clear out the lane and let him go get rebounds. We see it time and time again on the free throw line where like kind of pivot. He just runs and get it. And like you said with Devin Booker, when he scored 70 against the Celtics, Earl Watson was like, I was fouling hoping it goes to overtime so we can get 80.
Yeah,
so
but that's what I'm saying. But he was already in that 60, 65 point where like, oh shit, he can do this shit. Like that's where like when David Robinson beat out Shaq the last game of the season for the scoring title because everyone just passing the ball so he can score 71. Yeah. All he needed 71 points. Let's do it for him.
But okay, go ahead, Cap.
No, I'm just, all right, you're clearly on Westbrook's side. Pierce and I come differently. This is what Westbrook had to say about everything. If people could get 20 rebounds every night, they would. If people could get 15 rebounds, they would. People that's talking or saying whatever they need to say, they should try doing and see how hard it is. Since everybody wants to be talking, I'm tired of hearing the same old rebound this, stealing rebounds, all this shit. I take pride in what I do. And again, we're not denying his greatness at all. But when you see the highlights and you see the way that, literally Russell snatching rebounds out of what should have been a Steven Adams rebound or a Paul George rebound.
You're judging the last game. You know what? Russell basically said
it happened throughout the entire season.
Russell said it. In my words, fuck you. You can't do what I do.
Absolutely.
That's basically what he's saying. Fuck you. You can't do what I do. But think about what we're calling him a stat chaser on.
Hustle.
Rebounds, which means effort, which means hustling. This is not someone stat chasing on points. This is someone stat chasing on hustle. Like, I'm pretty sure the Lakers or Miami Heat, when Shaq was there, will have loved if Shaq padded his rebounding to at least 10. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if anybody on my team can get 10 rebounds, my big man can get 10 rebounds, it makes the team better. Like, you guys are acting like what he's doing is hurting the chemistry of the team by him.
I do have something where
hustling?
I do have something where it may hurt, and I'm gonna get to that. But the reason we're seeing the more triple doubles from players across the league, even Markelle Fultz became the youngest player in NBA history to get a triple double. He got it last night in the final game of the season. The game's changed. There's more 3-point shots being put up. There's longer rebounds, so guards can get the rebound. So
it's positionless now. Yeah. So now your big men are not under the basket fighting and just rebounding there. They're sitting there boxing out, hitting threes, and the guards are just running
Which
in.
is another reason why I say that the triple-double importance and why people are going crazy over this is not that big of a deal anymore.
So here's the thing. So they gave Russell Westbrook the MVP last season because he averaged a triple-double. The Thunder have about the same amount of win totals they had this year as they did last year. Mind you, they added two superstars to their squad this year with Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. Was James Harden robbed of a potential back-to-back MVP campaign because they gave the MVP to Russell Westbrook because he averaged a triple-double? If triple-doubles are
last year, the triple-double, what he did was, it was different. It's the first time. It's like the first time you do something. There's big emphasis.
But if you just voted for him simple off the mere fact of a triple-double, shouldn't you carry that same rule this year? Because that's what people are trying to vouch for now. They're like, if he won MVP last season because he averaged triple-double,
it's not because he averaged. It's not that. It's
because if you had that argument,
it's like somebody averaging 30 for the first time and you won MVP, averaging 30, your team won 50, and then you come back the very next season, average 30, and your team wins 50. You're expecting to win, and they're like, oh no, you did it. You needed to do better.
Right. Okay, so you're saying that he should.
His triple-double, like if his triple-double was whatever, like last year's triple-double was surpassing this triple-double.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. Like James Harden's game excelled from last year. Russell's declined a little bit due to the fact that he has better talent around him.
Yeah.
That's.
I think.
Like that's why this last game, it took him this long to get the average of triple-double, where last year he was averaging a triple-double the whole year.
I love Russell's personality, what he brings to the NBA. We have yet to see a player like him, but I do think his style of play is very corrosive to other teammates, and we've seen it.
What part of his game?
The fact that he wants to do everything. But you said it best. You said it too. It's like, because he wants to do everything, he limits the potential of other players on the court. That's why Paul George's game has been down. He's in his shooting slump. He's saying it's in his head, it's mechanical.
This sounds so backwards to what you're taught as an athlete.
What do you mean?
An athlete, you're taught to go out there and give it your all. Go and do everything you can possibly do on the floor. Mm-hmm. So now you're saying, all right, Russ, you're doing way too much. Bring it down.
Yeah.
So now he's like, all right, I'm just going to average 30 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Now what you say?
No, it's not that.
Now what do you say? But if he goes there and say, all right, I'm going to do half of me.
But Gil, what do you say?
25 and 5. But let somebody else pass the ball around and drive in the lane and go there and get the hustle rebounds, and I'm going to just sit here and just look at you guys.
But Gil, when you're doing all that, right, and you have players that leave and go on to have tremendous success, maybe it's you that's causing the problem.
I'm playing to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like this is like telling Kawhi Leonard, don't be a total shutdown defender. Let somebody else get some blocks and some steals.